make sure you know what's allowed and what isn't allowed in your room. Because if you get written up the first day you move in, it's your fault. Welcome everyone, or miaouizon as Kikeli would say. I am Fadjy and this is...
My name is Kikeli and it is a pleasure to have you guys here. If this is your first time watching our video or my video, I'm sharing content ranging from faith all the way to lifestyle. And for today's first episode of our college series, we want to share more about, how you can get well prepared for college. These are advices that we wished somebody shared with us before we embarked on the journey to college. Without further ado, I'm going to give the steering wheel over to our wonderful guest, Faye, so that she can start us on
the journey. All right, hello everyone. So if you see me looking down, I'm just looking at our points. This statement will be reiterated for almost every video. We're not being distracted by like a text message or anything. It's just we're looking at our points. So the first thing is discuss finances with your family and search for scholarships. In order to go to college, unless you get a free ride, you need money. It's important for you to understand your financial aid package, to understand how much money you're gonna have and exactly how you're gonna use it toward that degree, and if you'll have anything left over. So it's important, especially if you're first gen and your parents aren't really tech savvy and you're the one like kind of responsible for all that stuff, to know like the money that you're getting and talk to your family about it and see how they can help you or how much they can help you and what responsibilities will fall back on you once you get to college. So just make sure that is done, and also try looking for scholarships. Personally, my high school had a scholarship for our high school, anyone who graduated from our high schools. I got an extra $2,000 a year, which helped a lot, let's be honest, with things ranging from like my computer if I wanted to order takeout, clothing, just stationary items, anything like that. So yeah, look for different scholarships. Most colleges have a database of scholarships that you would be the right fit for. You can also look for scholarships outside. I know there are people who actually pay people who are like connected with like different scholarships to give them. I don't know if I'd go as far as doing that, but if that is an option for you, or if you know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, I don't see the harm in doing that, especially if you can get a really good scholarship out of it. So yeah.
The next point is save money throughout the summer and actively look for work study. Depending on your financial status, if your parents are wealthy and they don't require you to work throughout the summer, that's fine. If your parents are not that financially stable and you are going to be responsible for a lot of your expenses while you're in college, I highly recommend that you save your money throughout the summer. We live in a world where everybody is doing the most amazing stuff for the summer and sharing it on social media. People are traveling, people are buying things, and sometimes you can fall into that trap of, oh, I need to spend my money on doing this, or basically, as the famous word goes, keeping up with the Joneses. You don't necessarily have to do that. Save your money while you're working during the summer, so that when you go to college, that will help you for the first few weeks or the first few months while you're in college. Also, do not despise any job you get throughout the summer. Whether you're working at Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, or helping a company do some cleaning job, or landscaping, do not despise the job. Whatever money you make from there, save it. Put it in a high yield savings account so that you can gain some interest. It might not be a lot, but at least you have your money parked somewhere, so that when you get to college, you will have at least some peace of mind. And then talking about work study, start looking for work study even before you get to campus, because when you get to college, there is no guarantee that you're going to interview for a job and get it right on the spot. Look for work study. see what you want to do. Also, you need to know that students are allowed to work 20 hours when they do work study, or some people have a stipend, so meaning that if you've worked and you've exhausted that fund, there's no more work for you to do. So those are things you want to keep in mind throughout the summer. And if you have a car and you want to do something outside of college, outside of the school campus, whether you want to work at a grocery shop or at a hospital or something, look for those things as well.
Our next tip is to pack efficiently. Don't carry your entire house to that school. I'm gonna say it again. Don't carry your entire house to that school. 9 times out of 10, all those clothes that you think you're gonna wear, you're not gonna wear them for real. That thing you haven't worn since, I don't know, your little cousin's baby shower, you're not gonna wear it just because you're magically on college campuses. I would stick to more comfortable clothing. Most often than not, you're not getting too dressed up to go anywhere. Like even church, most churches around college campuses, people are wearing hoodies, jeans, sneakers. I'm not saying don't pack some of those things, like if you have an interview or, you know, something a bit more formal, but most of the time you're not going to anything like that. So I would leave the really dressy stuff at home. You also want to just create a list. Use that list to, you know, check off everything that you're bringing. So many websites, so many blogs have lists that college students can look at. I cannot remember where I found this because it was like 5 years ago, but there was a list I saw with things that weren't commonly brought to college, which helped me so much. So I'm just gonna state the 2 things that, like, ironically helped me so much while I was at college, which was a sewing kit that people never bring, but it helped me and my roommate so many times with little rips and tears, and an ironing board and an iron. I have no problem with steamers, but an iron just, it's so classic. It just gets those wrinkles out. So yeah, I would definitely bring an iron as well, and an ironing board, because you don't want to do it on your bed and burn stuff, and yeah.
I also want to add that for the iron and ironing board, you don't need anything too sophisticated. You can go to TJ Maxx or Home Goods or Marshalls and you find a really great iron on sale, or Macy's. Ironing board, I got the small one from IKEA that you can just put on your bed. Another thing you want to bring to college campus is an extra bedding, because when you wash one and it's getting dried, or it's actually dirty and you are unable to wash it, you have a backup one. Another thing is on batteries. You want to bring batteries to campus, because you just never know what's going to die. A lot of things now require batteries aside from our phones and computers. We will insert some links in the description box for people that you can go read their blogs about how to get well prepared.
Also, this is just the last thing about packing. Make sure you know what's allowed and what isn't allowed in your room, because if you get written up the first day you move in, it's your fault. So yeah, every university has a list of things that are allowed and not allowed, and they'll most likely bombard your email with links and stuff for that. So yeah, make sure you check it out. Don't bring candles, don't bring those multiple headed lamps and stuff, because most of the times it's not allowed.
I also want to add that sometimes you don't need to bring everything in the car with you to campus. If you're going to be in a college town, there are always going to be a Target, a Marshalls in that area. Order the item, have it shipped over there, and you can pick it up there from the store.
Yeah.
It saves you space in your car, especially if you are an out-of-state student. The next one is find a roommate. I had roommate issues that we'll be talking about later on, but it is important for you to find a roommate, and you want somebody who, you know, you guys have a lot in common, or your beliefs align, or you guys are taking the same major, or somebody that's nice. Colleges give you the opportunity to choose somebody. If you don't, they're going to randomly assign you to somebody else, and you might not like that person. which was kind of like in my case. Look at the Facebook groups. I know people don't really use Facebook like that anymore, but look at the Facebook groups for your college and see who wants to be roommates with you. If you're a freshman, just know that all freshmen stay in a specific dorm or building. Most universities do that. They keep all the freshmen together, and then when you get into your multi-year, all the multi-year students are together. So you can also check Instagram. We live in a world of social media. You can check Instagram. If the person lives in your town, you guys can meet up. If you are worried about your safety, have somebody else go with you. There is Zoom too. You can Zoom in with a person, speak to the person, and get to know the person a little bit more, and also talk about who's going to be responsible for what, who's going to bring what, because you guys don't need 2 couches in your dorm room. You don't need
or 2 TVs.
Exactly, 2 TVs.
2 fridges. I've seen that and I'm like, you guys are so selfish.
Exactly. Discuss those things and see who's going to bring what, and also share your expectations. That's a good time to share your expectations. Are you a clean person? Are you a disorganized person?
Are you in between?
Exactly.
What time do you go to sleep?
That's
What
right.
time do you normally wake up?
That's right.
Do you be taking naps during the day? All that stuff can negatively impact your roommates, you know, experience in the room with you. And remember, you're sharing a space, so just be mindful of that.
Yeah.
So the next one is health insurance. Very big deal, especially if you got medical issues. If you already have health insurance provided by your parents, if you're in the States, then it shouldn't matter. You should just be able to use that health insurance. Well, depending on the health insurance that you have, that I should make that clear. Well, first and foremost, you want to make sure that all your immunizations are up to date. Most colleges will tell you what you need before you can come and live on campus, and you just gotta make sure you get those shots or whatever it is beforehand. If you already have health insurance, like I said previously, that can be applied to if you're in the same state or out of state, wherever you're going, then you can waive the school's health insurance plan. Our school's was like $750.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so I had a smooth check like every beginning of the semester. Make sure you look into what websites you need to in order to waive the health insurance plan, so that you can get that money back since you already have insurance. But if you don't have insurance, go with the university plan. You get to use all the, you know, health services that are at the university, and you shouldn't really have anything to worry about.
We're going to move on. Select your meal plan. Look, me, I like food. If you don't like food, don't select your meal plan. But selecting a meal plan is very important. I believe for freshmen, you automatically get assigned to a meal plan, which might be unlimited. Now, every college is different, but from our experience, I believe most freshmen get assigned an unlimited meal plan because they don't want you guys to come and starve on campus. But if you are not a freshman, or it's your first semester and you're going into your second semester, do look at this university's website to see if you have an option to switch out your meal plan, because these unlimited meal plans are very expensive, and at the end of the semester you realize you haven't used every benefit that's attached to your meal plan. Like UMass has so many, I believe unlimited plus, unlimited, YCMP gold, a gold one, and everything. Every meal plan comes with like maybe 125 swipes, ability to use cash somewhere. So look at what you and your family can afford. Can you make your own breakfast in your dorm, so all you go is just go and swap for lunch and dinner? Look into those things so that you can save money when you get to college.
Yep. And the last thing for preparation is buying your parking permit. I know a lot of universities don't allow freshmen to drive yet, but some universities do, which was the case for my university. You have to buy your parking permit in advance. Find out what the parking situation is on your campus and make sure you purchase that before getting there, because sometimes the lots fill up and there's no longer any space, and now you're catching tickets left and right, parking in random places, trying to, you know, have your car on campus. So just make sure that you do that.
Now we're going to move on to things you need to do on moving day. There's so many important things to do, but we selected 6 things that you need to do on moving there. So I'm going to go with the first one. Know where you have to check in and get there early. College campuses are big. Dorms are categorized in different parts: east, west, north, south. And if you don't know your dorm or where you need to check in, you're going to be in big trouble. Make sure you're reading the emails that they're sending you as moving day approaches, so that you know what directions to give to your parents. One thing you don't want is to drive for a very long time and get to campus and have your parents also being upset because they don't know the campus. It's aggravating. So know where you need to check in. Getting there early is important because a lot of people are also coming on campus at the same time as you are. So plan your trip. If your check-in time is at 2 p.m., try to get there at least 2 hours early, so that by the time you figure things out, you are on time. And also, when you get there early, you have the opportunity to pick up your keys. If your dorm is, you need a key to get into your dorm, then you can pick up your keys.
On top of that, if you get there before your roommate, you get to choose what side you want to be on.
That's right.
So yeah,
that's right.
So the next thing is to check out your building. So most dorms will have an orientation with your RA where they'll talk about like exits and stuff like that. Cool beans. Not saying that should be dismissed, because that is important, knowing where your exits are, but you also need to check where your bathroom is. I know for me, my freshman year, our floor was shaped like a U. I was on this side of the U and the girls' bathroom was on this side of the U. So I actually ended up having to go downstairs because the closest bathroom to me was a boys' bathroom, and if I went downstairs, it was the opposite. I wasn't comfortable wearing a towel going all the way around, but you know, some people were. I prefer to go downstairs, so it's good to check out your building, see which places are closer, shortcuts that you can do, and while doing that, you actually can end up, you know, meeting a few people. That's how I made some of my friends, just hanging out on different floors, looking around. You also want to find, most buildings have like study rooms and stuff like that. You want to find out where those are and where the snacks are, the kitchen, the laundry room. Yeah, so you want to check out all that stuff, everything that building has to offer you and what it does not have to offer you, because then you can go find it somewhere else. So yeah, that's about it.
That's right. The next one is pretty straightforward. Get your university card. If you did not get it in the mail, this is the time to go to the university's office. There's a specific name for it. Every college has a specific name for it. I cannot remember the one for UMass, but you go there, you take your pictures, you shine your 32, and then they give you your card and you're on your way.
And the next thing is to get to know your campus. Most RAs and people in the building will recommend that you, once you get your class schedule, you technically walk your class schedule, find out where all those buildings are. But other than that, I think buildings you should be looking out for is the library, campus center, the bookstore,
gym.
Yeah, the gym. Yeah, you can tell who went to the gym and who didn't. Yeah, so just things like that. Anything that would be of use and importance to you, go and find out where that is on the campus.
The next thing is put yourself out there. First semester of college, there are going to be so many people having friend groups, meeting one another. Whether you're an extrovert or an introvert, put yourself out there. You don't have to be screaming and jumping into people's faces.
Like, please don't do that, I'm sorry.
All right. Yes, like Faye just did. You don't have to make things awkward for people, and you don't have to put yourself in an awkward position, but do put yourself out there. Say hi, introduce yourself, common courtesy. A lot of people don't have common courtesy nowadays. You be different. Remember, you are set apart. You are you. There can never be another you. So say hello, ask people where they're from, what city they come from, exchange numbers, or if you're not comfortable exchanging numbers yet, you can follow people on Instagram or Twitter or Snapchat, yeah. TikTok, whatever platform you want. Put yourself out there.
And the last thing is to check in with your roommate. If you didn't already see your roommate like at you guys' dorm, or say they said they were moving in one day and they didn't come, make sure you just hit them up, be like, hey, thinking about you, it'll make them feel good, and you'll feel good for doing something nice. Remember, you're living with this person for an extended period of time, so it's good to get used to keeping in touch with the person that you're living with. And
that's it
about it
for today's video. But before we leave, we want to leave you with a verse we believe will be very helpful for your college journey. So it's Proverbs 3 verses 5 through 6. I'm reading NIV. It says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him. Some versions say acknowledge, and he will make your paths straight. So going to college, it's a lot of things going on, but do trust in God. If you're a Christian, trust in the Lord. Whatever you're doing, give it to him, and he will direct your path. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit the like button. Share with your friends. Yes, do subscribe. Share with your friends. Share with your parents. Like, your parents also need to know all of these things, especially for first-gen students. So yeah, thank you so much, and we hope to catch you in another video. Bye.